Welcome back. I'm Dr. Liz Letchford.
And I'm Coach Paul Wright.
And today is day 4 of our 6-part series, all intended to help you find your most stable core. Now today, this is day 4. We're revisiting the first 3 days and we're turning up the intensity. So as we all know, in order to get stronger, we've got to continually turn up the heat. So today we're doing just that with movements like hands on the wall dead bugs, side planks with knee flexion, crossover crunches, and superhero hollow body holds. If you're ready to turn up that heat, focus on the foundations, and ramp up that core, let's get started. As we revisit the foundations, it's important to remember what we started with, which was the foundation, the way that you optimally engage your core. So let's revisit. Imagine you gotta go to the bathroom. Ooh, gotta pee, but you gotta hold it. Can't pee right now. And now, you gotta pee and zip up that tight pair of pants. So, ooh, zip up those abs. Big exhale. That is your strong, solid core. So let's take that with us through every movement we do today, starting with a plank to downward dog. So meet me in plank. Check in here. Make sure you got your whole zipped up core. Push the ground away. And then shift your hips back into downward dog. Pause here for a moment, pedal out your feet, check in with your body. How's it feeling today? If you've been following through this series, there's a lot that you've learned. And there's a lot that you might have discovered feels a little bit challenging. Today is going to be the same. Shift forward into plank, but all you can do is use those same principles that we've been focusing on and try your hardest. Commit to integrity today. Push it on back. Pedal out those legs. Now everything that's connected to the floor, your feet, your hands, push them into the floor a little bit more. Own your space, own your power. Shift forward into plank. Find that stability. Shift your shoulders forward over your fingertips. Ooh, you feel that core. And knees down. Gorgeous. Already, right?
It's
Plank.
happening.
Plank gets me every time. You got your whole body involved in a plank. It's my favorite warm-up move. All right, so the first move, we did a dead bug in day 1. Today we're gonna take it up a notch, and I invite you to put your hands on the wall. So find a wall. You might not have a wall, like I don't have a wall right now, but I do have a Paul. And so you can use a wall or you can use your best friend. This is how the setup's gonna go. So find your wall and put your hands into the wall with a slight bend in your elbow and push. So now I want you to imagine that that push is happening from the center of your back, from your armpits, from your strong shoulders, not just your hands. So feel those shoulders slide down and feel locked in. You got the shoulders? You feeling strong, Paul?
Got it. Feeling good, feeling strong.
Smash your low back into the floor. Boom. Now, kick your one leg away from you. If you're modifying, you can keep your knees bent. Paul's gonna show you the modification demonstration. Whew, this is my favorite movement for really lighting up the entire front line of the body. Whew. And me and Paul, I'm pushing into you, man.
I was just about to say, this is energy from fingertips to tippy toes.
This is fun. So grab your best friend or grab your wall. This is a fun little move. Last 3, 2, and relax. Woo! So that really gets that whole front line from the lats into the deep core, into the hips. We're all talking about foundations. We're adding on to those foundations. All right, the next movement is a side plank. This time we're spicing it up a bit. So I'm gonna go into a full side plank. Paul's gonna show the demonstration. Make sure that the hand is placed on the ground, elbow directly under the shoulder. Lift your hips up. This time we're adding in a knee flexion. You're only gonna add in that knee flexion if you notice when you bring the knee up that your hip doesn't then drop down. So right now we're challenging the side of the body. Feeling that connection from the elbow all the way into the side hip. Last 3, 2, and switch sides. That one gets me every time. Anytime we focus on the basics, they seem so simple, but it's always such a huge challenge. Lift up, check in, make sure that Everything, belly button, shoulders facing forward, and then knees up. Now be honest with yourself. Oftentimes we lie to ourselves, or we try to prove something to ourselves. Be honest with where you are right now. Meet yourself where you are. If you are like, this leg lift is not working for me, keep those legs together. This series was designed for you to move on when you're ready. So if you're finding that these moves are a little bit too challenging, go back and watch episodes 1, 2, and 3 until they're not challenging anymore, and then you'll be ready. Isn't that exciting? Last one, lower it down. All right, so we're here in a crossover crunch. So one leg is bent here. Other arm lifts, so that same arm is gonna lift all the way over your head. You're gonna use the hand and foot as leverage, try and tap your chin. Paul's gonna show the modification, which is with a bent knee. Remember your foundation. If you start to feel this in your hip flexor, bring that knee in close, shorten your lever arm, and imagine that crunch coming from your core. Try and get those shoulders up off the ground. Remember, you've got helpers. Paul, what are you pushing into the ground as you reach up?
Pushing my palm, pushing my elbow, pushing my forearm.
Right? That's not cheating. That's you. That's working smarter. Last one. And switch. Ooh, reaching long. Here we go. So use that leverage. That's all part of your foundation. Learning how to use your body to its mechanical advantage. Oh, you tired, my friend?
Oh, I'm never tired. I don't get tired.
This is not, don't worry, I know you're tired.
I'm kidding.
This is no joke. Last one. I'm like, if I'm tired, I know you're tired, Paul. All right. Next we have a real fancy move. So I'm gonna guide you through this one step by step. Lay on your belly. And while you're here, get a little cobra stretch. Oh, that's so good. Stretching out all those muscles that we just worked. All right, back to the game, back in the game. So hands come out like a Y. All right, shoelaces press into the ground, or if you're barefoot, top of your feet into the ground, smash your feet together. Okay, mermaid, merman, merperson. Press your hips into the ground, like you're just squeezing your butt cheeks right into the ground. And then imagine, so when you're here, imagine someone sliding their hand underneath your belly button and you're trying to lift that belly button up off the floor. So you're creating this tilt to lift your belly off the floor. Ooh, you should feel your butt cheeks like crazy. And then big, deep core. What do you feel, Paul?
Butt cheeks, deep core, back, engaging, shoulder blades away from my neck.
Yes. All right, so this might be where we're holding for now. If you're ready, if you feel like, ooh, I got this isn't a challenge, lift just your arms. Press those tops of the feet into the ground, butt cheek squeeze, lift the belly button up for 10 seconds. Woo, last 3, 2, woo. So I love that one. I actually use that one with a lot of my gymnasts and dancers to get them to really deeply engage the core. A lot of people will just crunch to engage the core. That one really gets the deep internal muscles.
Way deep in there.
Whew. All right, we have 2 more rounds. Let's go back. Hands on the wall, or lucky me, hands on the paw.
Paul Wall.
Paw wall. Okay, where are you, my friend? All right, in 3, 2, 1, extend one leg long at a time. How can you engage your core so that your hips have something strong to attach to? So that your shoulders have something strong to attach to. Push into that wall, 10% more, come on. Elbows up to the sky. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, side plank with a little extra elbow directly stacked underneath the shoulder. Lift those hips up, 3, 2, 1, go. If you're being honest with yourself and you're like, I got this, my body's not flopping around, go ahead and bring that knee into the chest. Holding here, finding strength in the stillness. Last 3, 2, and switch. I know. But I like it when I can hear you breathing. It means you're working. Ready? And lift. Holding it up, knee into the chest. You might feel that one side is stronger than the other. We're getting curious about all the imbalances in the body and just loving all over them. If you notice that one side is easier, usually it's because that hip is stronger. That shoulder to core connection is stronger. So how is that showing up in the rest of your workouts? Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, opposite arm, opposite leg lift, little crossover crunch. In 3, 2, let's go. Tap whatever you can reach. Maybe it's your toe. Maybe it's your shin. If you start to feel it in the hip flexor, bend your knee, hug that knee in. This is all about meeting yourself where you are, using the leverage where you can. Notice your mindset right now. Shift it into curiosity. Last 3, 2, switch sides. All right, remember what you can press into the floor, right, Paul? Foot, hand. All right, we good?
Foot, hand, forearm, great.
All right, let's go. Whenever I find myself feeling a little weak in this motion, I use my feet and my hands as leverage. Try it. Trust your center. It's supposed to be challenging. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful. All right. We have next that superhero hollow body hold. Now, if this isn't happening for you today, you know from last time you can just do the superhero hold. But if you're ready, let's revisit. Shoelaces in the ground, mermaid legs, smash your butt cheeks into the floor, smash, and then lift, slide your hand underneath. You should be able to feel that belly button pull up and your hip bones pressing into the ground. If you're there, forehead down if you'd like, and then lift the arms up. Now every movement with integrity. So imagine instead of lifting your hands up, you're actually lifting your arms from your back, from your center. Feel how your shoulders are connected to your spine. Last 3, 2, and relax. Whew. All right, I am dripping sweat all over the place.
You and me both.
It is so good. Whew. A lot to learn here. A lot to strive for. In this last round, I'm gonna leave it up to you. What is your intention? Why did you come here today? Set that focus. Let's go. Paul wall.
Let's do it.
Little dead bugs. All right, friend. Okay, now I'm pushing a little harder this time, okay?
Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg long, or keep your legs bent and just tap your little tippy toe down. If you're starting to feel this in your hip flexors, first, smash your back into the ground a little bit more. We're doing things differently, so it shouldn't feel the same as you've always done it. If you want to make a change, you got to do something different. How can you do something 1% different right now? What adjustment can you make? What have you learned? How can you get curious? Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, side plank. We're doing this. In 3, 2, 1, lift. And when you're ready, knee into your chest. I love this one for my runners because oftentimes when we run, if we tend to deal with knee pain from running, it's because our hips are shifting from side to side. So this really teaches the hip to stay stable. It's like if you took your running form and just turned it on its side. So now gravity's working the opposite way. Last 3, 2, and switch. Whew. It's amazing what you can do with just your body weight and gravity. Ready and lift. And knee in towards your chest. Feel strong and stable. Own your stance. Press your foot into the ground. Press your elbow into the ground. Where are you feeling this, Paul?
Obliques, my glute, that shoulder.
If you're starting to feel this ouchie in your shoulder, push your elbow into the ground. Last 3, 2, and relax. All right, opposite arm, opposite leg, lift for this crossover crunch. In 3, 2, 1. Try to lead, lifting your shoulders off the ground first, and then your leg. You'll hear me exhaling every time I crunch. That exhale reminds me to keep the top part of my core so stable. Last 3, 2, and switch. Remember, focusing on the foundations. Foundations are important here in this crunch. Last side, and begin. You've got this. Remember your intention. I'm not letting you forget. I'm right there with you. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right. Ready to squeeze your cheeks?
Squeeze them.
These two. Let's go.
Smash them.
Smash your butt cheeks into the ground. Boop. Hands out long. All right, Paul, you ready? Let's do this. So lift that belly button, and if that's not making sense to you right now, cool. Just lift into a normal superhero hold instead of focusing on this hollow body. So smash the butt cheeks, lift the belly button, and lift the arms when you're ready. In this position, it can be really tough to inhale and maintain that strength. So see if you can imagine that you're breathing in to a compressed air tank. Can you give me 1% more? 1% more focus, 1% more core. Slide your shoulders down. Last 3, 2, and relax. Whew. Wipe your brow. High five your wall. Thank you, friend. Woo, that was so fun. Thank you so much for joining us here. This is the second time we've revisited the foundation. So as we move now into day 5 and day 6, we're gonna be ramping up that intensity a little bit. So I encourage you, if things are feeling a little bit too challenging, go and revisit workouts 1, 2, and 3 until they don't. This is your opportunity to join in, to finally become stronger, truly stronger in your core. It's game-changing time. Thank you for staying curious. Thanks for following along with us. I'm Dr. Liz.
Coach Paul Wright.
We'll see you next time.